Huh? Yeah, I'm good. God, you're really hot. Hey, calm down. Don't freak out like that. What? No! I'm not trying to embarrass you. Why would I? Actually, you know what? Never mind. Don't answer that. No, I'm serious. I just kind of said what was on my mind, is all. I mean, we're supposed to input our preferences before, so it makes sense that I think that, right? Well, yeah. Your hair and eye colors are what I put down on my survey, so. What's wrong now? I did what it asked me to do, so I don't know what the problem is. Unless you think it's weird because it's, well, me. Yeah, probably the biggest elephant in this room right now. Might as well get this over with. Yes, I am Korax. As in, the member of the Grey Diamond. Yes, I am currently having dinner with you. And no, you're not in any danger. Oh, I just know what reputation we have. Just putting that out there in case something bad does happen to you and you want to sue me over it. It happens sometimes. If you want me to write you a contract to protect yourself from that kind of stuff, I'm all for it. But I do have a pre-written one here if you'd like to go over it. It is all the typical stuff, like harassment policy, a non-disclosure agreement that penalizes us from using personal information as blackmail against others, any terms through which the dispute is, hey, don't give me that look. It's for both of our safety. If you're that concerned about the content of this agreement, you can look it over right now. If you need to contact your lawyer to go over it, that's fine with. Really? Considering who I work with, it might be in your best interest to have some sort of netting in case anything goes wrong for the next couple of sessions. It shouldn't end up being a waste of time or money. Would end up saving both in the long run. We've had plenty of time to go over this. There's no rush. Oh, the hour session is a suggestion. My boss has some connections with the owner here, so if any additional time is needed, then we should be approved pretty quickly. No extra charge needed. Huh? What do you mean? Ah, yeah. It's a date. Well, no, I don't think most people would sign a contract for one. But it's different here since I need to uphold the organization standards, so we can avoid disputes with civilians. No, it's not a business deal or anything, but still. You sure? You're not worried that I might throw my coffee at you and give you third-degree burns? Hey, for all I know, you might not believe me when I say I don't like getting civilians involved. That is true. You look very hot, screaming your head off like that. I mean, you'd be hot in a literal sense, but not exactly in a way that's beneficial to either of us. Honestly, it's not worth doing it in the end. I'd get reprimanded by my boss. And I'd rather avoid having to explain my side to PR and spend months building up a case that would end up being a waste of money. Plus, I'd probably be on probation, which isn't fun. Are you absolutely sure you don't want a contract? You might regret it later. Alright, don't say I didn't warn you. But it's always on the table if you change your mind. So, now what? Just normal talk then? Normal. Got it. So, how are you doing today? I'm doing great, actually. Oh, and I don't think I forgot your name. I like that. Do you know if there's a meaning behind it? Oh, I'm just asking because I know the meaning of mine. Uh, actually, you probably only know me as Korax. But that's not my real name. It's Corvin. Yeah, it means raven. And that's where my alias comes from, too. Corvus Corax. Like, scientific name for raven. Corax, you know? Look, I'm not going out there in the field as Corvin. The whole point is to sound cooler and more intimidating. We have to be, if we want a better stage presence. It's good for PR and all that. Plus, it's free advertising. Saves a lot of money on legal fees. Also, helps for making sure we've got sources for our products. Of course. Gotta snatch up all the good ones before any competition arises. Not good if all the other ones sell your stuff for cheaper. Hey, it's just good business. But some people don't see it that way. God, the late wings are so annoying. A bunch of starving artist types who think they know business just because they took an econ class back in high school a decade ago. Well, look where they are now. Only thing they're good for is waking me up with an espresso shot. And even then, they can't manage to do that correctly every time. Maybe learn what a Marroquino is before you start serving your customers and go off running and spouting about vigilante justice, Damien. Then they have the audacity to tell me how to do my job. And when we don't do things by their standards, they said they're going to equalize the economy and give back to the people. Like, geez, we're a luxury fashion brand for God's sakes, not a pharmaceutical company. We don't owe you guys anything. Go stick your nose in a place that actually matters, if you want to play the hero so badly. Actually do something productive instead of taking the lazy option. And then they act shocked when we fight back, like, what did you expect? Yeah, I can see how that sounds weird from an outside perspective. Business people running around with weapons and fighting off vigilantes. Probably why the media covers us so much. Not complaining, though. It's cheaper than ad space. I think a lot of us are like that, actually. Typical white-collar workers by day, heroes and villains by afternoon, and hopeless singles by night. Oh, I don't mind the label of bad guy. Brings in more business than you'd expect. People like villains, you know? Including you, I assume. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here on a date now, would we? Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you find me exceedingly attractive like I do with you? No, I don't expect you to answer that, but that reaction was pretty priceless. So, what do you do for a living? Do you have to deal with idiots every day like I do? Oh, nurse. Where do you work? Oh, I've actually been to that hospital a few times. Don't think I've ever seen you before. That's probably why then. They always send me to rehab whenever I get injured. Those laser guns can really mess you up, you know. I definitely appreciate a visit if it comes to that. And to be honest, it probably will. Oh yeah. Got any stories with patients? Like the ones you see in documentaries where you can't figure out what's wrong with them? Huh? What violations? Seriously? Are you not allowed to talk about that in public? Well, that sucks. Isn't it hard to keep that all to yourself? Don't you just ever want to vent about stuff during your day? Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Coworkers can be pretty good soundboards. Well, there goes asking about how your day went. Might as well keep a mental note of that for the next date. Honestly, that probably gives us more time to talk about our interests and whatnot. We, kind of spend most of the time talking about contracts and work. Hey, I'd be down to lengthen the session as long as you want. I'll give them a nice tip for the trouble. Really? They're making you go in that early tomorrow? Hey, if you need me to get you extra days off work, I will. We have some time where I got connections, the higher ups there. Suit yourself. But I guess I do admire a good work ethic. Oh, I definitely love my job. I get to tell people what to do and beat idiots up on the side. It's great. Well, I won't keep you. Have a good rest of the evening. And maybe withhold some payments from those idiots I'll send tomorrow. See you next week.